we starting?
I guess as far as just tonight's concerned, so it looks like it would be Gio's in tonight, and then as far as in that, would it be Philip, would it be Joey, or what's kind of the thought there?
Yeah, Phil's starting tonight.
Any update on Yarncroke status for tonight?
No.
Still game time?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, we've until we get right through the entire process, we'll make our final decision later this afternoon. I don't think it'll go right down to game time, but it'll be a little bit later this afternoon. He had a great practice yesterday.
What do you like about the way your team responded in practice yesterday?
Well, we were coming off a disappointing performance. Other than a stretch, there was a stretch in the second period where we got going a little bit against Pittsburgh. Really other than that, right from the drop of the puck, neither whether it was mentally or physically, we weren't where we where we needed to be or where we want to be. So that was disappointing coming off of what we felt was our most complete performance a couple nights earlier against Edmonton. So bottom line, those performances happened. We reset a little bit in practice on Tuesday. We had a good practice yesterday. And now we have an opportunity to come back into our home rink, against a team that, that'll be highly motivated tonight. We have an opportunity to come back and, play at the level that we expect out of ourselves.
You face some teams that have been very good on penalty kill. That is not a strength of this Winnipeg team. Where do you see the opportunity?
Well, stats can say one thing. Performance and opportunity on any given night can say a different. So we're gonna focus on what we need to do to be successful in terms of execution on our power play. We had every opportunity is critical. Sometimes you don't get a lot of them. And certainly tonight, we're facing a power play that has a ton of depth and a lot of maturity. We've got to be able to make sure we match that with our PK as well as with our power play, and for our specialty teams in general.
Dave, what have you seen from Mason Appleton? I know he's been injured, he had the ankle injury, but what have you seen from him? He comes as a hard-nosed player from Winnipeg when you got him, but what has he shown you?
Well, like I said, he came off an injury, and those are tough injuries to come off of what he was coming back from. So he's beginning to get to his level, and that's exactly, you talked about him, in the role of a power forward, straight line power forward. He's got some heaviness to him. He has the ability to get to the net and make some things happen, and those are the things that are really important, for us that he brings to our team on a night-to-night basis, and we're starting to see that from him, and that's real positive. I was just going to ask, what can I tell you about Turbo that you don't know? He started out he started out really well offensively, and he's continued to contribute. It's all it's based off of his intensity, his work ethic, his passion, and he's been really good for us in those areas. He's obviously it's important for us to have different areas of our lineup contributing offensively, and we've been able to do that. We've been able to have that. He's been a huge part of that.
And there's one other guy, his brother right now is starring in junior in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
But Morgan in his sophomore year. Yeah. What have you kind of seen in his development in his second season?
Well, yeah, his brother, they're rolling for sure. They're rolling in the league there. Just continued growth in terms of his confidence every day, and I'm pretty careful to use the term confidence. I believe you gain confidence by doing the work. You're prepared, you've done the work, so you can go out and do your job. And Morgan is one of those guys. He puts the work in. He's not afraid to address the areas that he needs to improve. Sometimes it can be hard for players to address those tough areas. I found that Morgan addresses those areas and tries to push to improve them on a daily basis. So he's made the adjustment back to the middle for us, which I believe was probably a process for him. He hadn't played in the middle in the NHL all that much, especially last year. So he's made that adjustment back, and a couple areas of growth that I see for him is confidence with the puck, and that starts in the face-off dot. He's really taken that upon himself to improve that area of his game, and as a centerman, that's awful important. So he's starting to earn some D-zone starts and some of those important face-off starts.
And sorry, if you could just humor me for one more, just on a personal note, what did all that time at UND just do for you individually, and especially to get you maybe in a position to do what you're doing this group, guys kind of coming from all over here? Did that experience help, do you think, in kind of paving the way for where you are now?
I believe absolutely, and there's no question that every experience helps push you to be and to become who you are. Really, what probably impacts me most are the people that I had an opportunity to work with there. Great hockey people, just great people in terms of the foundation of who they are, and then great young players. Obviously players are a little bit younger there, but had the opportunity also to work with guys that were equally as driven to become good NHL players, even though at the time they were young and on the front end of their career. So all of those experiences go into who I've become as a coach and who I continue to develop into.
Dave, we talk so much about Jordan Eberle in terms of his goals, but defensively, what are the things that you say he provides in the structure that is allowing him to excel in those areas as well? Because he even said, look, playing under Barry Trotz, it's like you learn why that side of the game is important. How have you seen that transition here in Seattle?
Well, he values that side of it, number one. And when you add his natural instinct offensively, to that, he's been very good for us. So he's been a great leader in terms of, the structure of the game without the puck. He's worked hard at that. And then he's given, you see the confidence that he plays with offensively, whether it's in open ice or in small areas. It's one of the areas that I've learned about him is how good he is in small, tight spaces, tight areas along the wall, being able to get out of jail. He's got some of those, abilities that you just can't teach. So, for us, he's become, a leader in terms of doing it the right way. And we had hoped he would be a leader for us vocally, and he certainly is. So the combination has been good.
Hey, Coach, your compete has been a major focus of the last couple of practices. They were high intense, as you mentioned. Is that your big focus tonight? Is that maybe say one of the main things you want to see out of the group right away tonight?
Well, that's one of the standards, so it won't be it's not something that really needs to be spoken to. We all know we were not close to the bar a couple of nights ago. That's why I said we reset a little bit and just went back to work on Tuesday. However you want to view that practice, it was just a good, hard-working, competitive practice. So it's not something that we really need to talk about a whole lot. Like I said, we all know we weren't even in the realm of being close to the bar of where we expect to be competitively, or where we need to be, most importantly, competitively as a group. So, we hope that that'll return tonight, and then we can drill down on the areas of focus that we feel are really important for us, in terms of detail tonight.
With Gio coming back, you're back to 8 healthy defensemen, only 6 spots in a game. What's your message to some of the younger defensemen, like Fleury, Borg, and Lozon, about what they need to do to earn that lineup spot going forward?
Well, it's been a consistent message all along. We know that we have competition in there, and it's not just you mentioned some of the young guys. It's not just young guys that are competing for spots and opportunities. At the same time, you want that competition, but you don't want guys to be jittery when they're in the lineup and worried about that. So, we try to do the work every day, whether guys are in the lineup or out of the lineup, and just make sure that the 6 guys that are in are feeling good about their preparation and are confident to do the job on that given night.
The last couple teams you've faced, they've sort of had this signature star power, whether it's Crosby with Pittsburgh or McDavid and Draisaitl with Edmonton. Now, tonight with Winnipeg, it's not just 1 or 2 guys that you necessarily have to worry about. It's 5, 6 top-notch guys. How does that...
You got 5, yeah, and in my opinion, you got 5 or 6 guys with star power, and this is a hard team to handle in many respects. There's a ton of, I think obviously a ton of ability up front that comes at you, and it can come at you in waves. So, you know, again, does it change who we are or what we are a whole lot for tonight? No, because, you know, for us to be successful, we know what our formula is, and that's, you know, that's contributions from everybody in our lineup. And there's not necessarily one specific matchup that we've looked for in the past couple of games. And there, you know, there likely won't be one specific matchup that we're looking for tonight either. You know, especially with the depth that Winnipeg has.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.